Hey CC fam, welcome back to my channel. It's Reset Wednesday. Y'all excited? If you are new, consider subscribing and hitting the bell next to it. Make it ding so you won't miss a thing. All right, we're about to get into some things. Today's reset will focus on experience because I want you to think about how you enter the room, how you go about life, and it should be an experience, not existing. So let's get into experience. From definition, we could take this many ways. We could take it from a level of expertise and what you've invested your time with, experience, street cred, basically, okay? And we also can take experience by, my mom always said, it's what you put into it. You can't always walk into something expecting that. You can't rely on others to give you the experience. You are responsible for having a good, bad, whatever experience. So we're going to talk about that. Experience as almost in expectations, because we talked about that last week, right? Okay. So we're going to intertwine that with experience and make it a way of life. So let's get into it. So let's take this logically and let's apply our experience. Some of us, we have this, that, and the third kind of degree, credential, this, that, and the third. You've invested your time getting whatever knowledge that you're interested in to progress you further in life, correct? So yes, experience. Now, I don't want you to take for granted, especially those of us that are in careers, and it's not what we imagine. This is not what we imagine for life to be, but you got bills, whatever, while you're chasing your dreams. So keep in mind, my business coach, Coriel, she always says to you got the skills to pay the bills. That's a quote by her, so don't try to do nothing with that. That's hers. But anywho, thank God for this time that you have at your corporate field, skilled labor, what have you. Those are skills that you can take with you the rest of your life. I always tell my modeling agency students, my student agency and my agency models, I always tell them that, that when you learn modeling technique, this is lifelong skills that people pay good money for. So don't take my kindness for weakness and learning this trade and throwing it in the trash, because it will progress you if you apply the proper pressure out here in these streets. And same thing for your job. I know we kind of mope and moan and complain about our jobs, but those things, the skills that you are applying to complete that job, could help you progress elsewhere down the road. So be grateful. When you first started growing your relationship, not religion, but your relationship with God, you had to start slow, baby steps, and then you progress and you matured and everything like that. And now, in whatever way you are experienced, you don't have to apply as much pressure with God or learn. We're always learning as Christians, but it's some things that these prerequisites we can kind of bypass and apply, because we already know how to build and what to do and exercise our faith. So with experience, I don't want you to become complacent and a know-it-all. Apply the things that you already know, because you don't have to relearn those things. But at the same time, I don't want you to get comfortable spiritually, like my pastor, Kenneth Wigwam Jr., doctor, in Memphis or Cordova, Tennessee. Yes, pseudo saints. You don't want to become a know-it-all per se. So be open-minded, open-hearted about learning new things spiritually. God might detour you in some things, And I don't want you kicking and complaining while you're on the detour. God do everything for a reason. So you might have been like me, a Christian out the womb, but walking out, shouting and praising God out the womb. But I don't want you to be such a know-it-all that you miss the message, the life lesson, the growth spiritually by some, I know what to do, and you omit your death spiritually, and you miss your mark, and you have to detour again. Although God was taking you through a detour, you have to re-detour out of disobedience. This disobedience, fear, doubt, unbelief be costing you. So if I can advise you on anything, please apply pressure and bypass, rebuke that fear, doubt, unbelief, so you won't have to detour so much. In life, disobedience really has a cost. So if we can bypass that as experienced Christians, let's do that, okay? But that's not the church. The building is within you. You carry God wherever you go. You represent God wherever you go, wherever you are. So I want to apply the same thing with how you come across when you walk into every room. And thank God people see God's presence within me. And they always say I light up a room. And that's because I feel like my confidence is in God. And I try to exude His principles, God's principles. Also, I try to be upbeat because you never know what people are going through. And when they see me, they see hope. They see, oh my goodness, she's just so wonderful and bright. And I'm so encouraged. And so make sure you are an experience in any room you walk in, because I've met many strangers and now, we're acquaintances and friends. It starts off with how you come about. How do people perceive you? And not so much, because some people will misconstrue who you are. You gotta let people know in a nice way who you are, or reintroduce yourself, because they might have known you. They don't know you. Now, you're a new creature. Anywho, make sure you are an experience. You are the experience, okay? Wherever you go. So, I'm really grateful to my mother. Love you, Mommy Kate. Yes, Reverend Bolton. Okay, I'm done. But anyway, she always taught me, she was like, it is up to you. That power is up to you. You can't depend on anybody else to add to a good experience. That's your responsibility, and your responsibility alone. So I have taken that with me many days in life, and it has just a switch of perspective, a switch of expectations, a switch to add to a joyous experience. And praise God, majority of the time it's worked out. Experience. And I was watching Anthony O'Neill last week, and he said something about millionaires don't spend a lot of money on the first date. I agree. You don't know this person, so you kind of want to keep it at a minimum. But he said something that blew my mind, which I knew, but I was like, wow, yes. Because I was telling my friend Colin, I was telling her about how when we go on dates, or I go on dates, I expect an experience. It's something to just go out to eat, blase, whatever. But when people put time and effort, it could be a walk in the park. But that might have been the most intimate way to get to know somebody. It was an experience. They really thought things out. They really want to get to know you. And most of the time, the simple things mean the most. So I completely got what Anthony was saying. So thank God for the man of God. But yeah, I crave that. So I'm going to put that on the prayer list. So, if you are seeking a spiritual partner and a mate. Like I am, I'm seeking, I'm waiting, and all of that. But yes, make sure you add to it's like, God, implement in that man of God to create experiences, not just take me on dates. And yeah, to expose the enemy and let me know his intentions. But anywho, let me not get derailed too much. But yes, an experience. I want to have an experience that I will forever remember, whether it work out or not. I think it really sets the tone. It really heightens your expectations. You know, we talked about that last week. But it heightens, it teaches you like, yeah, why just go through the okie doke and we go through this cake dance? Like, no, we want an experience. So I'm here for that. Yes, I want an experience. And that's not just dating, that is just life. I go about life expecting an experience, a good experience, whether I'm going to an event, whether I'm planning an event, whether we're just going out of town or whatever. I really seek an experience, and I have that mindset when I go places. I remember I went to my soror Carissa Swanson. She has a dance studio full effect. Shout out to y'all. And my other sorority sister, Brittany George, she has a company called Vibe in town, and they create experiences through their organizations. And a lot of my line sisters, that's what we're all about, okay? My line sister Tiffania, for our 1 year anniversary, she created the most mind-blowing experience to celebrate our anniversary and take pictures and things of that sort. So I'm like, yes, I'm on that vibe, I'm on that wavelength right there. Like, yes, I want an experience. I am really intrigued. I've always valued capturing the moment, because you just never know, and probably you don't have a second chance on capturing it. So I think that's what really got me into being really, I always took pictures and videos and things like that, but switching it over to YouTube, I've always rolled kind of like the historian, because I just don't want to miss a moment. I don't want to fumble the bag per se. As far as experiences, I can always go back and look back, and it warms my heart on so many memories and things like that. So I value my life as an experience, not just existing. Like, I always want to put a little oomph on every thing that I do, and I encourage you all to do the same. I'm sure you all have noticed my weight loss journey. I started in August 2020, August 8th, 8/8/2020. And I'm coming about my 2-year journey. And even with working out, eating right, resting, adjusting habits and getting new habits, and reteaching myself new things that would benefit my health better. So that's an experience. I wanted to have fun with that, and I think if I can encourage you all that seek to want to adjust and do better with your health, I want to encourage you to be kind to yourself, and all you have to do is just to make a decision that you're gonna go in this direction. Now, treat yourself every now and then. Don't be hard on yourself, but make it an experience. When I go to the gym, I call that the adult playground, because I mean, when else can I vibe and listen to my music and I'm dancing and moving around on the machines and stuff? So it's all about perspective, and I think that's the root to everything I've talked about today. With having an experience, you got to shift your mindset. And that's the key plug to life, is that it starts in the mind. Whatever you believe, you're right. Okay? So if you got negative things going on, you need to fix it. Fix it, Jesus. But yes, shift your mindset and your perspective so you can have a wonderful experience in all things. All right, CC fam, I enjoyed this reset. I hope you did as well. Always remember that confidence is a lifestyle, and don't you dare walk out the door without it. I love you all so much, and I'll see you next week for Reset Wednesday. Bye.